Hello everyone and welcome to our recording for November the 25th. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to take a look at 5 pairs and we're going to look at a key banking institutional level across 5 pairs because we'd like you to put this on your charts and watch it for the remainder of the week, and then across these 5 pairs, and then on Sundays US time in the next couple weeks we will release a couple key institutional levels for each of the pairs, for at least 4 of the pairs. We'll be releasing that so that you can begin to plot and see how there's major institutional levels, that price levels that on the different pairs that the institutions are watching, banks, hedge funds, etc. And we want you to see how price interacts for them. So this is going to be a short video. It's going to cover 5 pairs, and all we want you to do, again, these double lines here mark the beginning of the week. And one of the key institutional levels for this week was 147.73 on the pound dollar. And you can see as price did happen to come up here, it's not that these levels are going to be hold by themselves. And let's be clear about that. They're not going to be these magical numbers that price is never going to cross. But it's going to be price levels that price is going to struggle with. Does that make sense to you? It might come close to it. It might go over it a little bit. Like here with the pound yen, it came up to it, it played with it, and then it fell away from this. And this is a key institutional level for this week. We've made the line yellow all the way back just to, have the line on the chart. But it's only for this week. Please let's make that clear that this is a key level for this week from November 23rd until price action closes on Friday, only for this level. So we want you to watch 147.73, put that on your charts for the pound yen. You can again see at the beginning of the week price was away from it. It went to it, had to think about whether or not it was going to go further or hang out here, and then pulled back down away from it. And you can see the MACD was waning. Even though it went bullish, the histogram started going negative up in that area. So let's take a look at it for a couple other pairs. Pardon me, let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now the euro dollar, we're looking at a 1-hour chart. Again, one of the key institutional levels for the euro dollar was 148.93. Now in this case, you can see how price dropped. It started the week right near that level and it continued on. It seemed like it was going to be meaningless for it. Price pulled away, it came back for the week, it's touched it and moved back away. So again, like we said, it could play around with it a long time, or it might come close to it or right on it. But these levels that we're going to be publishing for you on a couple of the pairs in the upcoming weeks, again, we necessarily don't want you to just throw them in and make them part of your key critical decision-making process in trading, but we want you to keep your eye on them and then maybe begin to integrate them with your other trading tools. And again, you can see the MACD was neutralized when price came down to that level, and the histogram, the momentum started to shift and it went away. Let's go ahead and take a look at the euro yen. And we're going to look at the key level for the week on these few pairs. On the euro yen, we can take a look at that the key level was still is 132.73. You can see how we started the week. Price reacted to it. It didn't want to go through. It blasted over it. It came back to it again. Right? So if you get sell signals up here, it's always a very, very good target. It came back to this level, came through it. It's come back to it again. You can see in some cases it has a real hard time moving away from it. So if you're getting into a choppy week with good buy and sell signals, it's always a good value to have for price targets and definitely funding some of your trades and some of your positions. So for the euro yen, it's 132.73 for this week. All right, let's take a look at the one for the dollar yen. And for the dollar yen, you can see, again, this is the beginning of the week. It doesn't matter back here. You can see that it started the week just below it. It couldn't get up to it, moved away. Again, couldn't get up to it. When it did get up to it, it held and then fell off pretty strongly. So again, it's a key level. 89.05 was a key level for the dollar yen for this week, and again, still is. So I want you to again begin to see how price interacts with these key levels that we'll be giving you on Monday. They'll be good for the whole week. And we're not just going to give you one. We're usually going to give you a couple key levels that the institutions are keeping their eyes on. These are institutional, hedge fund, and banking levels that are watched very closely. And for the pound dollar, you're going to see for this week it was 166.10. Price was away from it at the beginning of the week. It moved up towards it. Again, having a hard time deciding what to do, and then fell away. But again, as we got a buy signal that came back in here across this trend line, it's still trying to work its way back up to that level. And so you're going to find out that they're good areas of support and resistance, number one. Number two, they're great areas for profit taking. If you're a ways from it, definitely you should be taking some money off the table around these levels when it gets to that. So again, plot these 5 values that we've highlighted. You can see them over here in yellow. On your charts, plot these 5 values, or these values for each one of the 5 pairs, and just watch how price has interacted with it this week. We'll give you these 5 pairs on Sunday so that you can begin to watch them for the next week. And watch for the heading in the blog, institutional trading levels, right? We're going to put institutional trading levels. That'll be the theme, so you can come to this video and you can see. And again, we'll take a look at the week in review, what the previous week was, so that we can have an idea of how price, and you can get your lessons learned from that, how to use it in the weeks going ahead. So we hope that you enjoy this video. We hope you enjoy your family and friends the rest of this week. And we probably will only make one more video this week, and we're going to be taking the rest of the time off. We look forward to seeing you Sunday, I should say, with these institutional values for at least these 5 pairs. And we'll look forward to seeing you then. Thank you, folks, for taking the time to view this video.